This is a big win for immigrant advocates in Chicago. The ruling finding ICE is conducting illegal arrests in violation of a consent decree that limits warrantless arrests in the Chicago area of responsibility. That includes Illinois and 5 neighboring states. Collateral arrests, or people arrested while ICE is out patrolling the city, have been a major part of Operation Midway Blitz, and now a federal judge has imposed new restrictions on agents. Attorneys with the National Immigrant Justice Center in Chicago say the number of warrantless arrests in just the past 2 weeks have skyrocketed. Their case against ICE, starting with 26 people, now up to at least 200.
What we have seen now on a much larger scale is federal agents indiscriminately stopping and arresting individuals without warrants.
A family scooped up at the Bean late last month. Collateral warrantless arrest during a raid at a home in Elgin, with Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem present, posting this video on social media.
He actually had his work permit to be working here.
First and foremost, this Kristi Noem's chick would have never been president, no shit like that. Never. She'd have never been president. Or it would have never been president. That's first and foremost. The second thing, the last video that I just made, right before this one, didn't I tell y'all that that shit was illegal, what they was doing? You motherfuckers shimmying out of Black Hawk helicopters down onto the roof of a building in the South Shore neighborhood, kicking in people's doors and shit. Didn't I tell y'all that was illegal? You can't do that shit, man. You cannot do that shit. Didn't I tell y'all that when Donald Trump was running for office, I knew they was all broken promises. Oh, we're going to end taxes and we're going to do this and I'm going to lower gas prices and drill baby drill and all this other shit, right? And I told y'all, I said Donald Trump ain't going to do a motherfucking thing. And I said the few little shits that he do on the front end, watch and see what he do by taking it away on the back end. And this is all a part of it. It's like how I told y'all before. I get the fact that there's turmoil between us and a lot of the Spanish-speaking community, right? And I understand that. I understand a lot of them are racist, right? I understand that damn near every immigrant that comes to this country, they come to this country and they look down on us. I understand that. But it does not take away from the order out of chaos. It does not take away from the fact that what they're doing is unlawful. It don't change that. It just means that these motherfuckers are doing unlawful shit to some people that we haven't had the best history with. That's it. That's it. That's all it means.
Legally.
Alliance father, Abel Orozco, picked up earlier this year. ICE reports reviewed by the I-Team confirming agents did not have a warrant, instead creating one after taking him into custody.
My father was a man.
How the fuck is that even legal? How the fuck is that even legal, man? You creating warrants on the fucking scene? I thought they all had to be signed by a judge. Right? Or am I wrong? These are arrest warrants. Don't they got to be signed by a judge? So here it is, you created the fucking warrant on the scene, right there on the spot, right? What judge signed off on it? Like, damn.
Breadwinner of the family, so having him gone, it's hard.
All examples of what U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Cummings ruled is an ongoing pattern of ICE violating the terms of a consent decree. NIJC attorneys successfully arguing agents produced no warrants, civil or criminal, for the arrests. Cummings taking particular issue with instructions to ICE agents to carry blank I-200 forms, civil immigration warrants, on their person in the field to fill them out on the spot, calling ICE's arguments it can...
Okay, and that's fine, but who the fuck signed it? Your supervisor of ICE, here it is, I'm an ICE agent, right? I got these forms that I'm carrying around on me, right? After I fill the motherfucker out, my supervisor can't sign for that shit. He can't sign that warrant and authorize it to be a lawful warrant. That's something that only a federal judge can do. So, look, man, we living in a time today to where if you can't see the stupid people for who they are, it's because you one of the ones I'm talking about.
Do so lawfully, meritless.
If they made a warrantless arrest, they need to justify and document the specific information.
Under the federal consent decree with ICE, to arrest someone with or without a warrant, ICE agents are required to meet two criteria. Is there probable cause to believe someone is in the U.S. illegally, and are they also a flight risk? ABC 7 chief legal analyst Gil Sofer says the government is likely to appeal the ruling.
Well, we'll see if it changes operations on the.
But how? When that's standard protocol for just about any arrest warrant, whether if it's federal or not. Like, I don't understand how the fuck people don't. Look, I'm going to tell you something. The people that are cheering for this shit are idiots and racists. Those are the only people cheering for this shit. You have to be a fucking moron or a racist. Or a combination of the two, because most racists are morons. Like, what part of this shit is not cool, don't motherfuckers understand? So what you telling me is, essentially is, you breaking the law to uphold the law. Like, how does that work? How? Wow.
And he's certainly sending a shot across the bow, and that, if it's going to be abided by, that's going to slow things down and really impose rigor around the process.
Immigrant advocates intensely emotional over the result.
To our Black and brown people and immigrants, it does not always seem to be that this earth wants us, but we want us, and that can be enough.
That's that bullshit right there. Here it is. We supposed to be the descendants of slaves. We supposed to be nobodies. We supposed to be lessers. We supposed to be savages. We supposed to be all this shit. Why the fuck do you all keep putting our name in y'all mouth? Why? Well, in this particular case, the reason for why they doing it is because they need our help. Every legislation that was passed, this is where that our people fought for. This is the water that they draw from the well. This is the well they draw their water from. That's why they keep mentioning us. That's why they, rather if it's doing some horrific shit like this, because what they doing is wrong. Now, they're also doing it on a very low level, too. The way they amping it up and stretching it the fuck out on the news and all that, that's not happening like that. I don't know about nowhere else, but here in Chicago, it's not happening like that. I can't find no video footage. I've been in constant communication with my son. I hit up one of my homies the other night and shit just to see. Ain't nobody talking about shit, man. Ain't no motherfucking body talking about, yeah, man, ICE been running around here with masks on and they all in our neighborhood. Ain't nobody talking about that shit. My son live on the north side of Chicago. The south, not the south side of Chicago, the north side of Chicago. Guess what the north side of Chicago is known for? A multicultural neighborhood of people. Ain't nothing but immigrants up there on the north side. My son live in a neighborhood on the north side of Chicago called Edgewater, right? Which is right on the lake, right? Up there off of like Clark Street and shit like that. Ain't no motherfucking ICE running around up there, man. Ain't no ICE running around up there, man. And it ain't nothing but fucking immigrants on the north side. That's you. If you are an immigrant and you want to live in Chicago, 9 times out of 10, that's where the fuck you gonna move, to the north side. Straight up. Ain't nothing but immigrants on the north side of Chicago. They not flooding we're going to flood the zone. Operation Midway Blitz. And I was like, shut your bitch ass up and sit the fuck down. With all these lies and shit you telling. Now, are they going around fucking with people? Yeah, of course. But it's not like what the fuck they made it out to be. And then not only that, a federal judge just blocked the, what's the name? They claiming it's only for 14 days. But they just blocked that whole thing about wanting to send National Guard troops here to Chicago and all that. The federal judge is just like, nah, man, y'all can't do that shit. Another federal judge did the same thing up in Portland. Or was that Seattle? It was either Seattle or Portland. A federal judge they did that shit with up there before the federal judge here in Illinois put the fucking ruling out. Because what you motherfuckers is doing is wrong. What you motherfuckers is doing is wrong. So now you got Portland and you got Chicago. 2 federal judges both like, nah, man, you can't bring these niggas in here, man. You can't bring no fucking troops and shit up here. Now, then the other thing you got to ask yourself is this. Why is it that the National Guards that was supposed to have been deployed to Chicago, why are they Texas National Guards? Why? Wasn't Greg Abbott responsible for sending illegals up here on buses and shit? Wasn't he responsible for that? Wasn't a lot of the bus companies that got the contracts with the motherfuckers down in Texas that was required or responsible for driving these motherfuckers up here in those coach buses? Wasn't no motherfuckers out of Texas? So why is it that the Texas National Guard, of all fucking National Guard, every state has a National Guard. Every fucking state within the union. And that's 50 states. Even Hawaii has a National Guard. Why in the fuck is it that Texas, of all states, is the ones that was going to send the National Guards here? And why in the fuck do we have to have the National Guards from Texas? Oh, that's right. Because J.B. Pritzker did not give permission for the National Guards to be on the ground here. And because there's no insurrection, because there is no war, and because there's no bullshit going on in this state, by law, Donald Trump just can't activate the Illinois National Guard. By law, he can't do it. Like, man, this shit here, you can't help but laugh at this shit, man. If you're not sitting back laughing at all these goofy motherfuckers that's cheering for this shit, you have motherfuckers that was pissed off that the federal judge put in a ruling saying that you can't bring the guards here and all of a sudden. People pissed off about this. I'm going to end the video by saying this. The only motherfucking people that's cheering for this shit is either a fucking idiot or a racist. It's the original Lone Wolf, man. I'm out.